Hi guys! So you might remember in the last video that we did, we covered the new immersive home environment that was slowly rolling out to people's devices. Now I know a lot of you still don't have it, but it is coming and we're in September and some of you might have got a few new features in the last 24 hours. So we're going to cover those today. There's 4 new home environments. So there's the returning favourite Oceanarium, which is the same under the sea thing, but it's done slightly differently. And we'll have a look at that in a sec. There's a few more, and also, world first exclusive, we get to see inside the new Horizon Central, which is a separate app. So stick with me. Let's go and have a look. We're going to do this like a little extended look to give you a bit more exposure than you might see elsewhere. So, okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Roll the video. Okay, so here I am standing in the mirror in the immersive home environment. So most of you have seen this before, and you can see here's a new menu where we can see the 4 themes available to us, the default, which is right there, and then there's a nighttime theme, and then there's a sort of a valley theme as well during the daytime, and then last of all there's the Oceanarium right at the end there. So you do have to install these additional 3 themes. And what I would say is that the default theme allows you to, as before, look out the window and you can sort of see all Horizon Central out there with a sort of a crowd simulation. Obviously, again, they're not real people running around out there, but it's a really good illusion. So this is the last time I came in here, the Instagram wall's gone. Yeah, so we'll spend a bit of time in the immersive home environment just running around and installing these environments and having a little look as to what they look like. So this is the new Oceanarium reimagined. You can actually see as you sort of run around in here. It's very similar, themed outside, but you don't have all the separate rooms that you did before. Now we always said with the separate rooms, Oceanarium was great, but you couldn't like go and actually use the separate areas as hangouts, which felt a bit odd. You could certainly get into the different areas, but there was no access to any of the sofas. But it's absolutely glorious to get this, and it's kind of re-themed interior. A lot of the sort of ornaments in here as well are different per theme. So this is now a nighttime theme. I can't remember its exact name. It's theme number 2, I think. So yeah, you can see you've got a lovely aurora borealis going on there in the sky. If we carry on running around, guys, we'll looks lovely. So yeah, this home environment is going to be the thing that when you load up your quest you'll be spawned into, and you'll be able to invite friends over and hang out, which would be really, really cool. Similar to what you can already do with the previous environments, of course, but now with added seats and probably other little gizmos that they're going to add in as well. So yeah, the mirror, you'll notice the avatar has like increased definition in the mirror. We're quite shiny. I've noticed this. We've suddenly gone quite shiny, and that's what's going on with the legs when I turn. But when you start using this, actually, a point to note is that it will have the old was it 15-degree rotation, and the sort of the, what do they call it there, and the comfort assistance, which you can turn off, and that option is now in the actual main menu in there for you to do, whereas previously it was always in Horizon Worlds in the sort of the white menu. Now it's actually in a black menu. So this is the valley theme, again, really, really nice. Lots of pretty animated waterfalls in the distance there. It's very, very performant. You can tell if you look at it. It's got a really nice sort of depth effect to it. Yeah, really well done, because it loads really, really quick, of course. So it's not. The environment is incredibly detailed, but it's not like a fully 3D environment. You know what I mean? It's a lot of visual trickery going on there. But again, all the ornaments inside have changed. It's I just think these would be really nice environments if you were to sort of invite buddies over and just like work in a private environment. I know at the moment, like a lot of you use Horizon Worlds and you'll open up remote desktop windows and just gather around tables, but this is pretty smart. This could replace things like Workroom if people easy. Right. And now we're going to look inside Horizon Central, so get ready. So, yeah, this is quite different to what you're used to. We get greeted at the main door, and then there's the portal back up to it, and you can see that's your home environment, just floating up there. And as we step out, we have people in here already. Who's this running towards? It's Stepsis. Oh my god. Amazing. We might see some local legends in here as well. So we all spend enough time in the actual Horizons to know each other. And so everyone's going to be coming in here as soon as they absolutely can. So we've got some sort of meta building over there. Oh, let's go exploring. Okay, so we jump over this sort of bridge, and it briefly sort of throws us across, and then we're in a large room with a load of portals, and some bubbles which seem to react to the touch. You can actually jump on top of these bubbles and go higher and higher up. Like, I didn't manage to actually get on top of the ceiling, sadly, so it's a valiant effort, but sadly didn't lead anywhere. But yeah, this seems to be like a nice little portals area. But what's interesting about this area is that this mostly seemed to contain user-created worlds, community worlds, which is something that, you know, absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. This is something we've been asking for a long time. Like, Horizon Central has always had its sort of, I would say, probably 4 rotating doors down the main stage, down the main area, which is, they've been rotating a few community worlds there, but largely they've been older ones or just really popular new ones. But it hasn't really shown much, to be honest. You know, it's but now you actually seem to be getting a lot more chance at getting your worlds shown in Horizon Central because they've got more portals. So going back to Horizon Central here, I'm just sort of showing steps. This is how you get back to your immersive home environment, your sort of penthouse. She was asking, do I get to see the people running around below? And I said, yeah, they're not real people though, but it's a great illusion. It's just crowd simulation, but still, it creates a lovely illusion. So in a sec, we're going to see another local legend. Okay, so who's this sat in the conversation pit? Well, it's none other than Pinata. We love Pinata. Pinata is another great builder, and this is a conversation pit that kind of consists of a lot of floating bubbles, which when you tackle them seems to pop open some questions people can talk about. So it reminds me of the old popcorn system in the older venues where, you know, you used to collect the popcorn and then shake it, and all the round spheres used to come out, and you used to pick up those popcorns, and they'd have little sort of questions, conversation starters, which is kind of a fun thing that, yeah. It's just a fun thing. Okay, now this is more like a sort of, this is a shop, so they've actually put in community clothing shops. So you can see this first shop that I'm looking at actually belongs to Eilina. She's a great builder. She was part of the original sort of clothing team, and has many shops. This is her pajama shop. She's being advertised with a few products. This is Joe Bear's, the graffiti warehouse. So again, another legend. It's great to see that they're actually showing off community products here. That's really, really cool. It's a good sign that sort of Meta are actually listening to we the community, I guess. Finally, which we've been sort of asking for them to do for a while, but it's like they've been building to this. This is Ash's House of AV. Again, she's a brilliant designer. Go check out his stores. She's got a lot of incredible styles. She also has a men's store as well. Eileen and Joe Bear also have multiple stores, so do check them all out. There's lots of different price ranges for all different budgets. Lots of different designs. They've been incredibly hard at work. We've got some other stores at Pierre, which are very, very good as well. They're not sure what the exclamation mark is, but that's clearly something that's coming soon. Yeah, and then we got obviously Kawaii. Kawaii is one of the original greats as well. If you haven't played Toy Box Tower Defense. Do that. It's a really good game. So back into Central now. We're going to explore over here, which is, I think, is the venue style area now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly run over here. So if there's any background noise, just a second. So you actually see this is like more like venues now. So these are the sort of the big doorways with official events, let's call them. So sports and the sort of the pre-recorded licensed concepts and horrorverse and office world. So this is where you expect to see the official sort of events that people dive into every now and then, whenever there's some sort of update. But yeah. What's really interesting, actually, I'm going to throw this in, is that the seating gizmos that they use inside this New Horizons don't actually force you to face forward like the old ones that we're used to, the ones that sort of black-egged display. That's really interesting, because it's been a major problem in Horizon Worlds, where people don't like using the sitting gizmos, because when you do, if you look more than a number of degrees to the side, you kind of get blacked out and forced to look forward, which is a horrible experience. But these new ones don't appear to do that, which is a really good thing. So here I'm back in this sort of piece of community portal worlds. It'd be interesting to see sort of like the selection of worlds change in this community portal, because I think one of the biggest sources of criticism on this platform is that it seems to show the same portals from like a lot of the time many years ago that still look quite primitive in Horizon Central. Not to sort of pull a scorn on anyone, but they are quite old. They do look old. And there's some new stuff creeping in there now, of course, but that's quite recent. I'm just jumping on some bubbles here. So I couldn't quite get to the top of these bubbles, unfortunately. I tried valiantly, to be fair. I think I reached the top. They do pop when you get to a certain point as well. I'm not sure if it's time or distance based, but or a number of times you jump on them. It's still a nice effect. You can get quite high up. I didn't try jumping onto any of the building sort of tops. Very cool. Okay, so there's another sort of climbing puzzle here with the looks, and it involves these sort of these cubes. Again, I didn't manage to get to the top in the quick burst that I ran through this. There do seem to be cubes on the floor, though, that you can pick up once you add blocks to it, but I didn't really have enough time to work out what was going on there. I'm sure someone's already figured it out. Let me know in the comments if anyone's actually figured this out yet, but yeah, good stuff. Alright guys, well, I'm going to end the video there, but thank you very much. It's been wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly more extended look than perhaps you'll see out there right now. I'm trying to edit this as quick as I can and get it out there. But thank you, stay tuned. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications, etc, etc. It will help. Thank you very much. Also leave a comment if you've got any. See you later.